Good afternoon. I just wanted to record a quick video to say thank you for all the kind birthday messages. My son is 11 weeks old today, and I am something like 1,927 weeks old. Yep, 38 today. So I wanted to record this video to talk about transformation through celebration and the sublime. Given that it's my birthday celebration today. Now, first I want to talk about, if you saw my video last night, talking about the situation, the predicament that we find ourselves in globally at the moment. It can feel quite bleak, and it's important that we recognize that within that bleakness, within that darkness, there is actually real hope, and there is real opportunity to create change out of everything that we're witnessing right now. And part of that change, I believe, is about transforming the state of our consciousness that we are existing in. And if you hadn't noticed, the overall state of consciousness over the last 22 months, however long it's been now, has been one of fear. And for many people, it's activated their own fear of death, fear of dying within this kind of health crisis. Now, that's fear of death is a very legitimate crisis, but it's not crisis, legitimate fear rather. We are mortal beings. However, when we start to make peace with our own mortality, in many ways it's the greatest freedom, because we live like we embrace life fully, and we live as though there may be no tomorrow. Because really, the sublime comes from recognizing all we ever have is this present moment, being here now, and taking the opportunity to be joyful and to be blissful in the moment that we have. Now, in the circumstances we find ourselves in, where the collective conscious is operating out of fear, that can be all-consuming. Fear in many ways is the most contagious virus that there is. However, there is something that is even more contagious, and that is love. So I wanted to talk today very briefly about celebration first and foremost, because one of the most ecstatic ways that we can create a joyful, vibrant environment is by cultivating a sense of celebration. Now, I can talk about this easily today. It's my birthday. But before I go on to talking about that, I want to firstly say I stand in solidarity with everyone who is out protesting today around the world. There are people standing side by side with Austria. There's protests all over the UK today in London. I've made the deliberate choice today to celebrate my birthday with my friends. I'm here in West Berkshire, about to meet my friends for some lunch, some of which I haven't seen for nearly 2 years now. So I'll be celebrating today. I'll be raising the energy in a different way. I'll be making my mark in a different way. But it is important that we cultivate the art of celebration, because celebration, the joy, the vivality that comes with, the vivaciousness that comes with celebration rather, is such a shift in energy from that fear-based energy, that fear-based consciousness that we've been living from. So I want to encourage, it's easy on a birthday to celebrate, yes, but I want to bring that energy. I want to think about how do we bring that sense of joyful celebration, because people, when you walk down the street right now, people are kind of hanging their heads in fear. I take a daily walk, and I took a walk yesterday, and people are just so mute, they're subdued. And you try and smile at people, and if you smile big enough, you can kind of break through. But we need to kind of cultivate this positive, joyful energy as an antidote to everything that we're facing right now. Yes, we need to work on shifting the narrative, but we also need to work on shifting the vibration, to shift the energy and start piercing the veil of that fear and bringing back that joyful, celebratory energy. And the best way to bring that kind of celebratory energy in itself is that power of now, that power of recognizing that we only have this present moment, and to be deeply grateful for the moment, but also to celebrate life, because we only get one shot, they say. Some believe in this karmic evolution. We all have different views on that, but in this moment right now, this moment is all that we have, and if we can celebrate our lives as it is. I remember a good friend of mine said, he was asking. I asked him what success means to him, and he says, every day above ground, my friend, is a success. And I was like, wow, Wow, isn't that amazing? Because actually, you set a standard for your life that every day becomes a celebration. And wow, what a different energy that is. You know, you could ask someone else, what does success mean to you? And it's, you know, such and such car or such and such house. All the things, you know, those things are fine. But waking up knowing that every day on this planet alive is a blessing. Wow, what a celebration. What a different vibration that comes with. So cultivating transformation through celebration, celebrating the joy de vivre, celebrating life itself, celebrating every moment that we have, and starting to recognize and be in the present moment. I was just walking yesterday with Lizzie and Zach, and my goodness, we were walking around Blaise Castle in Bristol. It's a beautiful set of grounds. And I just saw the textures of autumn in front of me, and I just stopped and I was like, Lizzie, look at that. And it was like life itself, just bursting with color and texture and energy. And I was like, oh my goodness, I totally had to take it there and be with it, and felt the beating heart of life, the universal energy that connects all of us. And right now it's happening where I'm walking. You can't see it in the texture of the camera, but my goodness, there's colors. It's just phenomenal. And that only comes when we can be fully present, drown out the noise in our head and our mind, and be fully here. And I think what we've witnessed in the last few years is the energy has shifted the vibration, and it's taken us away from ourselves and others. It's created disconnect. It's created divide. It's created, this negative consciousness. And now the shift has to begin, and we can begin by shifting, by entering into a mode of celebration, celebrating life for life itself, and being present in the present moment. Now, transformation from the sublime. I have to be real quick, so I'm meeting my friends here in a minute. I've walked quite a way back from from where we're all going to gather. But there's four, I call them the sublime states. The sublime states. I've done a lot of reading and exploration in my lifetime. I'm a seeker, as you know. And I've read a lot of whilst I don't subscribe to any particular religion or spiritual practices, I do use spiritual practices, gratitude, journaling, all kinds of different things, meditation, etc. Present moment awareness. Yes, I do. But I've studied ancient philosophy, all these different wisdoms, and I found four things that are in common, and I call them the sublime states. And they are peace, love, joy, and gratitude. Peace, love, joy, and gratitude. I call them sublime states. And again, think about the energy of peace, love, joy, and gratitude. And if we can live in these energies right now, wow, what a transformation we can begin to create. Because, again, when we're in fear, or we're angry, or we're frustrated, when we're taking action out of those energy forces, I keep saying it, we throw a boomerang out into the world. We throw out our anger, our frustration, our fears. And guess what? They keep coming back and hammering us around the head. So now it's time for us to look at how we can change our being. And these sublime states, these four things, peace, love, joy, and gratitude, can really begin to shift the vibration. And the world needs us right now, because the world is still in that fear-based consciousness. And someone has to lead the change. And I keep saying, the change, the hero you're looking for, the leader you're looking for, is staring right back at you in the mirror. Because it's you and I, every one of us. And if we can start to live from these sublime states, peace, love, joy, gratitude, then we can start to live in this way, and we can start to act in this way. And we can start to create a ripple of change that becomes a wave. Because believe me, we need to see some change in the world right now. But we have to do it from the right energy. So peace, that sense of inner calm, that sense of inner knowing, that sense of inner wisdom, the ability to turn off the noise of your mind and all the outside stuff in the world that's trying to capture your attention, and be fully present with oneself, and fully congruent with who you are, and fully accepting of the joy, of the magnificence of the soul that is within you. That inner peace, that inner knowing, that inner connection with oneself, which is separate from all the anxiety and stresses of the world. That peaceful stillness that is always there. And within that stillness, there's always motion. Stillness and motion are the same thing, really. But inside of that stillness is that inner peace, that inner sense of knowing. Living from that place. My goodness, wow, what a shift we can make. Love. I love talking about love to people and what love means to them. But what commonalities I get is a sense of connection. A connection to yourself, a connection to others, and a connection to something beyond yourself. And again, it's that warmth. It's like, thinking about love, it's It's this glowing energy, this brightness, this multicolored, technicolored, vibrating energy force that is flowing amongst all of us. And it feels like that flowing energy has somehow been blocked or suppressed by everything that we've seen over the last 2 years nearly now. But through that loving energy, we need to break down the barriers of fear. Love is the greatest antidote to fear. And with love is true compassion. True compassion. And think about people who are fearful right now, whether it's fearful of a virus or fearful of a totalitarian takeover. It's a dark energy to exist within. When we can live with love and we can bring compassion to others, we can truly lift people up. And we do need to help people rise up now in many different ways. But to do so with love and compassion. And to think we've gone through a health crisis and we've essentially seen governments and central institutions effectively bully their citizens through force and coercion. There certainly is no compassion there when humanity at itself needs love and compassion. And it's down to us to bring that love and compassion. So this is about transforming through the sublime states, peace, love, joy, and gratitude. So the third is joy, linked to celebration, that beautiful, joyful energy, which is slightly different from happiness. Happiness, I feel, is kind of like a fleeting emotion based upon your present experiences. But joy is something more at the essence level. It's this flowing, just joy de vivre, this kind of intensity of peak experience of life that can be perpetual. It can be something that endures beyond the present moment. And I feel like, again, talking about in the way I did about celebration, I've covered it quite a bit there. If we bring that joyful energy now, we live with a smile. We look at our fellow human beings, look them in the eye and smile. It's a way that we can bring life back to life through that love, that peace, that compassion, and through that joyful expression. And then lastly, gratitude. I mentioned how my friend said, what success means to him is every day above ground. Well, you got to have a level of gratitude for life when you think that way. And gratitude, in my experience, has been one of the greatest blocks to any negative emotion. When you truly experience gratitude, being completely appreciative, grateful for your mind, body, your spirit, your friends, your family, the things you have, the privileges you have, and truly feel it in your heart, there's this, in the same way as love and joy, it brings this, it's this warmth, this real connection to something bigger than ourselves. That experience of gratitude when it's easy to say I'm grateful for this and that, but when you truly feel it in your heart, just this wave of energy comes across you. So I encourage you today to really think about, take a moment of your time to think about, what are you most grateful for? What are you really, truly most grateful for? Because when you shift that energy, you start to create a ripple of change within yourself at the molecular level. There's research into this. But you also shift the vibration outside of yourself. People talk about this kind of aura, right? Now, if you can get into the aura of peace, love, joy, and gratitude, then you really do become part of the change that we need to see in the world. That's why I called this video Transformation Through Celebration and the Sublime. The sublime, I feel, is connected to some way to the divine, those energies of peace, love, joy, and gratitude. And if we layer that with celebration, a joy de vivre for life, then we can really become part of the change. So I know many of my friends today are out protesting. That comes with a slightly different energy. It's a resistance to what is, which is still a beautiful expression of the soul. But if we can do that with peace, love, gratitude, and joy, wow, we can really create a ripple effect that can transform the world. So I'm off now to meet my friends to celebrate my birthday. I'm showing a different form of resistance today through celebration. This time last year, quite a different experience on my birthday. We were during lockdown last year. Our car broke down and it was a bit of a washout. So today I'm relishing the opportunity to see some of my beautiful friends that I haven't seen for a long time, and cultivating the art of celebration, the joyful celebration, to start thinking about how we can create this ripple effect in the world. Now, I've had many kind supporters of the podcast who have been gratefully appreciative of the work that we've put in over the last year and a bit, daily broadcasts almost, tackling the issues that we're facing. if you'd like to to bring a birthday gift today, we're at the process at the moment of expanding our team, looking at how we can double down on the work that we're doing to shift the narrative, to help this great awakening that's unfolding, and to do so on a professional basis. Talking of gratitude, I've had a team of up to 30 volunteers working with me behind the scenes to help this podcast thrive. But now we want to take things seriously and start bringing in our first formal team members and start doing things properly. So we're looking to raise cash, funds to help us do this properly. If you want to give me a birthday gift or give our company a birthday surprise, then you can support us by going to danjgregory.com/supporter. Anything from, £3, I think, is the lowest level we've got on there. But that money will help us to really professionalize going forward. So if you feel like donating a birthday gift, this is your opportunity to help us go pro and to help us double down on the work that we've been doing so that we can begin to create a ripple effect in the world. My focus going forward is going to continue to sense make around the things that don't make sense in the world, but also to now start really forward thinking about how we can co-create a better future, how we can raise the vibration, and how we can start to elevate humanity and enrich the world in different ways as we begin to transcend this situation that has caused so much darkness, how we can begin to bring the light back, and how we can start to co-create a better future for our generation and generations to come. So I'll say good afternoon to you. Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Peace and love to you, and I'll see you